What would happen if a cop pulled up right now and they saw us with this thing?
I'm bailing.
And now after your brother got shot, how do you feel about gun violence in here? Are you ready for the gun violence to stop? Or
Hell no.
living here in Chicago, we've been talking with these guys right here, and is it pretty dangerous to be walking around these streets?
Hell yeah, I ain't gonna bounce.
Is that why you're walking around with the shiesty?
I got upthrown by 4 pipes in one day. And that was the first day I ever even knew how to hit a lick on my grandma.
Don't come through playing. We gonna leave your ass right here in this lot.
Is that a threat?
However you want to take it.
Okay. How old are the kids out here when they first get their first guns?
Shit,
Initiate
13,
this.
14 and shit like that. 11. Shit, man, they out here. They just trying to do what they trying to do.
Hey, you switch me sides. I want to be next to
Alright.
you. Got me covered, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You all stay.
You know what's going on.
Okay, so we do got some backup if anything does happen.
Hell yeah.
You got one bullet shot right here, one right there,
Yeah.
and then you have a literal bullet in your rib.
Yeah.
What kind of bullet you got in here?
It's like a 40.
40. And that hurt when I go like that?
Yeah, no, I can't feel that shit.
What do the girls think about the bullet when they take the shirt off? They're like, dang, this guy got some respect on his name.
They be trying to touch it and shit on.
I don't know how we coming.
Whoa.
Now, this is what I imagine what a lot of people think is what Chicago is actually like. But there's people out there that are saying that there isn't crime in Chicago, which is absolutely absurd. Like this guy right here. This is crazy.
Trump said send the troops here. I think it's some crime down there for them. That's just people walking their dogs. I think it's some crime over here. Hold on, wait, this is just, oh nah.
It's not
They
even
just
in the
cutting
area
this
where the
nice
crime is
grass
at.
and
It's
this
by the
beautiful
water.
open field next to this beautiful lake right here with the skyline views in the back. Oh,
There's
my
no licks for
goodness.
people to hit
My
over
bad,
here.
I was looking for the crime that they were talking about in the city that's been voted best city 8
It's over
years in a
there.
row. My bad, I was looking for it. Oh, maybe it's in this nice little bird sanctuary that's right back.
No, it's behind you in the city.
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy because I could have swore he said it was a whole lot of crime and we needed the troops to come here, man. I just can't see where. I don't know. Oh wait, I think I finally found some crime. Is
Back
it just,
there.
Oh no, just people just
Right back there. Right back there. That's where the crime is at.
walking on this nice path on the lake. And people be using the jog on in the mornings when they go on their morning run. Man, I swear. He said it was so much crime we needed these troops to come, but I'm telling you, I just can't find it. I don't know, gang. I don't know, gang.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Here it is.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Here's the crime he's talking about right here.
What you gonna do? You tough. What you gonna do?
Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo.
Tough as hell.
You gonna learn
Tough as hell.
boy.
You
You
tough
gonna
as
learn
hell.
it, boy.
You a fucking
Boy.
You a little ass boy.
I'm reading
You a
it.
little
You're
ass
not tough.
boy.
I told you you don't know what you're dealing with. I told you. No.
He just
Stop
little
playing with me.
He just
Stop playing with me. No.
He just little boy.
I'm right here.
He just little. He just little boy.
Whoa. What's going on, guys? What's going on?
Oh, now they're running. Now they're
guys.
scared. Okay.
Oh, he touched him.
I thought they were tough.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Do not put your hand on my belly. Don't put your
Hey,
hand
bro,
on my
what is it?
Now, here's the thing. Crime is out of control in Chicago. Whether they want you to believe it or not, it is. The crime rate is through the roof. It's unbelievable. It is really through the roof. And this is exactly why I live in the suburbs. I will never move to the city. I have no interest in going to the city. I live in a sanctuary state at that. In Colorado, I'm not going anywhere near Denver if I don't have to. It is wild. Crime is through the roof in Colorado, but it's nothing compared to Chicago. Now, one of the wildest things about Chicago is that the majority of crime is black on black, but they hate to admit that. They don't want to admit that Gervonta is pulling out sticks and switches and going to hit licks on the block with the homies. They're smoking and drinking and up in poles on everybody. Now, for those of you that don't know what up the pole means, they're pulling guns on people left and right, left, right, front, and center. Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide everybody, because there's only a few places in the world that are more dangerous than Chicago. I only found 6 cities in the entire world that have a higher homicide rate than Chicago, Illinois, 3 of them being in Mexico. We've got 1 in Haiti, 1 in South Africa, and the last one in Venezuela. Now, that is insane. Those are like third world countries, essentially. They really are. Compared to America, one of the most beautiful cities in the world is Chicago. It's absolutely gorgeous, right on the river. A beautiful place with wonderful food, people, and it's absolutely being decimated by crime. And people have the nerve to sit here and say that it doesn't need to be cleaned up and that J.B. Pritzker doesn't need to call Trump. That is insanity. You're talking about 3 cities in Mexico, a city in Venezuela, a city in South Africa, and a city in Haiti are the only places in the world that are worse than Chicago? Yo, we've got a big problem.
I did not see the federal government getting involved in fighting crime as a thing, but it is, and it's working, and people like it, okay? Now, the question becomes, where does it go? What is the right way for this to go? What is the wrong way? An example of the wrong way. Governor Pritzker of Illinois, I think, has a lot of political cachet, a lot of talent. When you say to the President of the United States, don't come here, when you have Chicago on your watch, it looks like you're defending the status quo.
That's what it looks like, because that's what it is. Your boy JB is on the wrong side of history on this one.
Jesse, these incompetent idiots want us to believe that crime is down. Now, last year, Labor Day weekend, we had only 24 people shot. It's still a lot, but it was 24 people. Fast forward this year, we had 58 people shot, 8 people lost their lives. And they want to convince us that crime is down. Now, 5 of those people that lost their lives were black women. And one of those women were ambushed by 5 gunmen. Now, Jesse, we both know, if that was a trans woman, we would see ACLU, we would see the Urban League, we would see Rainbow Push Coalition, we would see Jamal Bryant with the Shaw, and we would see Al Sharpton. They would be out there protesting, talking about protect black women. I don't see none of them. And let's not talk about the crime prevention money. Where is that the money that was allocated to those nonprofit organizations and those NGOs? I mean, we clearly see crime isn't down. So where did that money go? We need a forensic audit on all of those organizations that receive this crime prevention money, because we want to know where our money is going. And let's not forget about CTU, who is the biggest crime organization in Chicago.
These are veterans that did this. Why? Why are you vets? You guys are, patriots, flags.
Well, I raised my right hand to take an oath. I raised my right hand to defend the Constitution. And when I watched the Constitution being burned, now I got to raise hell.
The president says he's going to send troops armed to Chicago and Baltimore. He says, I don't know when, but we're going to send them in.
We're going to have veterans on the ground when they get there. We're going to have veterans nationwide. Wherever Donald Trump deploys the National Guard, we're going to have veterans on the ground resisting it, protesting it. There comes a time where talking is not enough. The time for action is now. The time for talking is come and gone. Listen, if they're not going to follow the rules, neither are we. And revolutions don't follow rules.
The crap. The time is now. There comes for a time for action. The only thing you guys will do is go have a conversation with the other people from the military. No one's going to do anything. Nobody is going to step up to the military or the police when they come to Chicago, when they come to Baltimore. This is all just tough talk. And it doesn't even make sense, because they're going there to clean up crime. These are the worst cities in the world when it comes to crime. Obviously, something needs to be done. But lo and behold, there's more baby boomers out there that are going against the grain.
Zoe Lee, founder of Chicago Flips Red, joins us now. Zoe, thanks so much for joining the program.
Thank you for having me.
So they continue to say they don't need the president's help. Do you agree?
No, I disagree. Yesterday, what you witnessed was the useless five. Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton, our Attorney General Kwame Raoul, who we never see, Governor Pritzker, Tony Dwayne Preckwinkle, who's the Cook County Board President, and then we have Mayor Brandon Useless Johnson. They are very unconstitutional. They don't understand law, and they don't understand order. We have an education crisis in the city of Chicago. We have a mental health crisis in Chicago. Our children are dealing with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, that a lot of people do not know in our communities because we're not taught about mental health. I am originally from Albany, New York. I am a suburb kid. I grew up in the suburbs, and I've never had to deal with gun violence until I was older and in my mid-20s when I moved to Chicago once my father passed away. My mother's originally from Chicago. And the fact of seeing seniors getting killed, our children getting killed, mothers getting killed, young men getting killed, and we are not getting any help at all. It's starting to become normalized, and that is not normal.
So what's the disconnect? Because, you know, I traveled to Chicago for like 5 years, going back and forth, covering every single murder that was happening. On weekends, detectives would send me a crime report, letting me know all of the kids that were shot throughout the week. And every time I went to Chicago, the residents were pleading, please bring us help, please bring us help. But they say y'all don't need help, the leaders. So what's the disconnect? Do you hear the same thing I was hearing?
Yes, the disconnect is they are playing politics. They are playing the game. We're dealing with a progressive, democratic gang. I call them, they are the real gangster disciples, the city of Chicago Democratic machine. This machine has been like this for a very long time, and no one has ever challenged it except in 2023, when 22 million illegal immigrants came over from the previous administration, and 70,000 were placed in the city of Chicago, majority in our communities. The mainstream media does not help. Thank God for Fox, honestly, because if it wasn't for Fox, our messages would have never been out here for the world to see, to understand. It's big business. It's going to be big business because they are trying to make the city of Chicago a socialist, communist city, and it simply cannot be that.
The death, poverty, and destruction continues, and people that look like me and you are the ones that pay the piper. All Americans pay it, but specifically people in our community have been hurting for a long time. Hopefully some change can happen real soon. Zoe, thanks so much for fighting the fight.
Thank you.
All right.
Let me talk to America right now in saying this, okay? The lone black man on this segment is me. I don't need any of Bill O'Reilly's statistics that he just spewed to know that he's right in terms of what has been transpiring throughout in the streets of Chicago. It has been going on for years. It was going on before Obama was in office. It was going on when he was in office. It's been going on since he's been in office. I recall seeing a black couple on national television asking for military assistance. That's how bad it has been in Chicago. And one administration after another has either been incapable or unwilling to do anything about it. It is shameful, and black folks in that city have been getting killed for years, and I'm disgusted at the level of ineffectiveness or unwillingness that they've executed in getting better things done and making it better for the law-abiding citizens in Chicago. Having said that, we got to pay attention to what Trump, we got to pay attention, hold on, Bill, we got to pay attention to this. When he went into L.A., that was a bit excessive. You got a bunch of people in L.A. that were talking about stuff was going on in a 2-block radius. It could have been handled by the local PD. In Washington, D.C., that is not a state. You understand? He has the right. It's run by the federal government. He has a right. If he wants to send the National Guard, even though the National Guard isn't trained for that, and when you send in the Marines or the Army, they're trained to kill. They're not trained to police. So you got to send in the right people. I get that part. But I understand his intent when you're talking about what's transpired in Washington, D.C. Chicago may very well be unlawful, but with Pritzker, you're absolutely right. Yo, what are you going to do about it? It's one thing to say, Trump, don't send in the National Guard. It's another thing for the president to come out of his mouth, I'm here to help if they ask for it, and then for you to say no and then try to implement laws in place that would prohibit him from sending help. Wait a minute. When that happens, you can't point the finger at Bill O'Reilly. You can't point the finger at Chris Cuomo. You can't point the finger at people that are and just say, oh, it's really not politics. Who the hell are they? It's all about politics if you're a governor and you're going to take that position. So I have no problem with you at all, Bill, calling out the governor of Illinois the way that you have.
I would be careful about playing 28 politics on this issue because the right answer is we'll take all the help we can get as long as it's appropriate help, as long as it's stuff that will really help. I mean, these National Guardsmen aren't even trained to do that work. They're not authorized to do that work. So, send us the resources that we need. We want to work with you. If there are people doing violent crimes here who are illegal immigrants, we want them out of our city. We'll work with you on that. I think that's the appropriate position to take.
Fair enough.
Of course, people want to know what happens after the National Guard and President Trump are done cleaning up Chicago. The streets could just go back to the same way they were before, to which I would say Trump is working on a new bill to write into law that will help clean up the crime. And people better hope that people can get it together and get their acts together before this bill is done, because if not, they're going to add some crazy stuff in there that's going to piss a lot of people off. Now, the last time that Trump did a bill that, was a crime bill, essentially, it was to help people and it was crime reform. And the last major crime bill before that was with Bill Clinton, which everyone knows was infamous for destroying communities, putting felonies on everyone's records. And it really was not good. And what could perpetually happen is that could come back. And it could be even worse this time if Trump has to do something because the crime just won't stop. So y'all better hope that it doesn't get written into law that it specifically targets any certain demographics or anything like that. I don't know what's going to come of it, but they are writing a new crime bill. And I just really hope that the crime can get cleaned up before that bill actually gets written, because otherwise, I don't know. I don't think it's going to turn out very good for any of us. You guys drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts down below. You're watching Unexplained Outlook, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.